like by hand. From what I understand, oh, it looks like it's streaming live. We're streaming live now, I think. I don't know if Dallas can hear us, but just so you know, it looks like we're on YouTube right now. So yeah, what Dallas explained is that he created the poll within Zoom, so it'll just pop up. I think it's going to be pretty self-explanatory. He said it's 10 questions.
Yeah, I see that he sent the sample. I just went, but yeah, but it says it's only a minute to do I have to answer fast.
Yeah, I think if we need more time, he'll give it to us.
Right. It goes pretty quickly though. The polling is pretty self-evident and multiple choice basically. So
and then the poll aggregates all the answers and then
yeah, they'll know their scores like right away, he said.
Great.
So it's kind of cool for them instead of having to anticipate and like wait.
We were muted.
I didn't know if that was intentional or
It might be.
Maybe I'll just stay quiet because I was totally talking to myself. Have any of you done this?
It muted you again, so we couldn't hear you.
Maybe I'm not supposed to talk. All I said is I don't think that they're able to see us yet. Terry said she can't see this. She's waiting. Oh, yeah. Awesome. So I guess at the end of this countdown, we'll probably be live on the YouTube. I don't know if you could see it, but this is what they see. It's like oh, you can't see. It's just a slide.
is anybody else seeing a message from Dallas that says everyone go to your meeting rooms?
Oh yeah, I did see that. Oh, Dallas is back. Dallas, are we supposed to go to the meeting room or do we stay here? That might have been automated.
I'm gonna try, I'm gonna just check out the breakout room real quick and see what.
Okay, I just sent a message to see if he could see it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. We're having a little bit of an issue here trying to get some things together, so please bear with me. Hello, everyone. There we go. Thank you for joining Listening to me in stereo. There we go. Had to kill that one. So I'm going to bring the judges in from the breakout room, so I'll ask them to come back in now. They'll be joining us. Our judges are coming on now as we speak, and I want to introduce them. So first we have at the top left here, let me get this going. There we go. We have Mr. Isaiah Washington. Isaiah has been the Information Technology Director at Glendale Community College since 2007. His responsibilities include strategic planning, IT operations, data center infrastructure, security, desktop development, and support services for more than 30,000 students, all during one academic year. Now, before joining the Maricopa County Community College District, Isaiah's career included multiple technical and leadership roles within Honeywell's Large Information Systems Division in Phoenix. Isaiah is also a member of Toastmasters International. Next up, thank you, Isaiah, we have Yvonne Jimenez. Yvonne, let's see, let me get rid of that. There we go. Yvonne is based in Los Angeles, and she's a producer of both documentary and narrative films with award-winning and Oscar-qualifying directors. Over the past 15 years, Yvonne has produced numerous events and projects for clients such as Coca-Cola, the Nielsen Company, Anheuser-Busch, Malera Alvarez, and Wayans Brothers Productions, among others. Her feature film credits include Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Caesar's Last Fast, When We Begin, and the Wayans Brothers White Chicks. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. So, up next, we've got Josh Castleman. Josh is a leading partner in Limithrope Films. He's directed theater at such venues as David Mamet's Atlantic in New York and the Hudson in Los Angeles. His 2012 collaboration with Stephanie Lucas on the documentary Say What You Want marked Josh's first entry into documentary filmmaking. The Castleman-Lucas partnership has yielded a half dozen films, including 2017's All These Little Things. That was my favorite. Together with multiple national and international film festival appearances and awards, Limithrope Films Limithrope Films won Best Arizona Short 2 years in a row. Castleman and Lucas were co-recipients of the Arizona Filmmaker of the Year Award. In addition to his work as a filmmaker, Josh is also a Gold Addy-winning commercial director. Hi, Josh. Thanks for joining me, man. I appreciate it. And now what we have, where did she go? We got to get somebody out here. We're looking for Victoria. There's Vicky. I got to move Vicky out to here. So now I got to move her, Vicky. We have Victoria Westover. And I need her to come into the main room. And Vicky. All right, she's here. Now let's see if I can move her. Can't get her back. Vicky, I need you to join the main room if you can hear me. If I can get her out. We have Victoria Westover locked in her breakout room.
Dallas, really quick, I just wanted to send you a note that I got a message that says the people that are waiting to watch the stream, it says waiting for Dallas. So I think it's not
Okay,
officially
let
streaming.
me get him here. See where he went now. Okay, see where Dallas is now,
Mhm.
because he's here. I can't find, why is Victoria not coming out? This is interesting. All right, then I'm gonna bring her out and we'll bring everyone out. Still, where is Victoria?
She's in the middle.
She's in the
Oh,
break
okay.
room.
All right. Okay, then. In that case, let me go to gallery view. All right, we're all back. Everybody's here. Shaniqua, turn your camera on, please. And now we will go back then and we'll do speaker view and we'll start off. I'm going to go with Alexa. So as long as you're all in the main meeting room, we'll just have a good old time at it. So let me see if, okay, great. Now let me know if people are, because I'm seeing the live stream out there.
Yeah, I just shared the link from here because you can do it. And she said that works. Terry's watching. So
I figured that. Of course it's going to mess up when Terry's watching. So, okay, while we're here now, since I got everybody in the meeting room, we're going to go ahead and start. Let me get my agenda. Alexa is our first presenter, Alexa Chagoya, and she's going to be presenting on her short film, Second Stringers. So have at it, Alexa, and let me put you in the main picture here. Let me find you again. And we'll bring you up. And we'll get rid of Josh.
So Dallas, real quick, if it's an issue, the regular YouTube link is still not, people are not seeing anything at that.
Okay, because are they using the link? What did you send them out, Yvonne?
I didn't send anything. I think it's whatever you had previously shared. And then just now I shared on Zoom, there's in the top left corner, if you click it, it says copy streaming link. And I sent her that.
Okay.
But that's not, I guess whatever was sent out previously has them holding somewhere. They just see like a slide that says,
Okay.
whatever.
Thank you guys for your patience. This was all working and doing great until I started this mess. So let me see if you don't mind holding. Alexa, you go ahead and take off and I'll see what I can do over here.
Okay. Hello, thank you for taking the time to be here today. My name is Alexa Chagoya, owner of Cliff Diver Productions, LLC. I am seeking $17,144 to produce my film, Second Stringers. Second Stringers is about a hero recruiter named Richard Silver. He gets the opportunity to finally leave desk duty for a reassignment. Upon arrival, Dick realizes his new job is to train a motley group of heroes. There are mixed reactions among the group to his arrival. Ethan, being the most receptive, skittish Violet, indifferent Tommy, reserved Willa, and prickly Barbara reluctantly offer greetings. He finds out how much his work is cut out for him as he tries to hone their unrefined abilities. Our planned budget is $17,144. At present, we have secured $11,000 through grants, pre-sale, crowdfunding, product placements, and deferrals. In order to achieve our goal, we plan to raise $6,144 by offering 6 units of equity in Second Stringers at $1,025, representing 1.7% equity in this film. Following a substantial 20% ROI, Investors will enjoy an aggregate total of 30 to 50% allocation of the profits of second stringers. The units are only offered for 4 weeks' time. The closing of this offering is conditioned upon the receipt of subscriptions for the first 6 units. I want to produce the script Second Stringers because of how quirky, lighthearted, hopeful, and realistic it is. They all have a distinctive quality that makes them imperfect. At the end, they don't instantly become incredible. They have to put in the effort and agree to keep working to be better. I feel like anybody can relate to that message. There are some things you're not great at, but if you keep working towards the goal, it's achievable. Second Stringers is a cross between Sky High and Bad News Bears mixed with the humor of Dodgeball, a true underdog story. We aim for the PG-13 rating to garner a wider viewing audience, as opposed to a higher rating that imposes age restrictions. The first thing Cliff Diver Productions, LLC, plans to do is enter Second Stringers into festivals around Arizona. Such festivals include the Phoenix Film Festival, the Arizona International Film Festival, the Arizona Underground Film Festival. Second Stringers will later be moved to the streaming platform HBO Max as per the pre-sale agreement. The short film will run for the allotted 1-year time. In closing, Cliff Diver Productions, LLC is offering 6 units of equity for $1,025 in Second Stringers. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Good night.
And now we can ask if you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask Alexa.
I do. Nice job, Alexa. Can you please repeat the log line for me? I missed it.
The log line? Okay. The log line is Second Stringers is about a hero recruiter named Richard Silver. He gets the opportunity to finally leave desk duty for a reassignment. And then upon arrival, Dick realizes his new job is to train a motley group of heroes. There are mixed reactions among the group to Silver's presence. Ethan being the most receptive, skittish Violet, indifferent Tommy, reserved Willa, and prickly Barbara reluctantly offer greetings. He finds out how much his work is cut out for him as he tries to hone their unrefined abilities.
Thanks.
So if we have no other questions, I will start the polling. Oh, wonderful. Let's see, where am I logged in that I can't get out of? Oh, okay, baby. It's all screwed up. All right, I'm trying to figure out what the heck is the polling. I'm logged in because I can't change some. Isaiah, I can't change on my GCC laptop. And it's got me locked out and I can't change anything right now. So let's see what we can get done here. All right, I'm logging in. I apologize, folks. As you know, everything that was going to happen happens now, no matter how much you test.
This is an intimidating set of tech layers that you have going, Dallas.
Yeah.
I give you all the credit in the world for
I had
attempting this. So.
Yeah, no apologies necessary. I hate this stuff.
What I'm looking at is why it won't let me go and check the YouTube link. It says I'm logged in elsewhere, and I don't know where that would be now.
Can you make Isaiah a host and then would he be able to troubleshoot?
No, I doubt it because he'd have to go through the whole Zoom thing. Oh, okay, I see chat stuff. All right, let me try something real quick. Okay, it's streaming, it tells me. Okay, let's see what we got. Interesting. The polls are here, but they're not coming up because it says I'm logged in from another device, and I can't find any other devices, folks. I'm off of everything. Oh, wonderful. Let's see. Well, what we'll do, I'll get back with the polling. While we do that, instead of taking up you folks' precious, valuable time, we'll move on to our next speaker, who would be Andrew.
Hello. All right, so feel free to just set everything up.
Yep, go right ahead.
Okay, give me just a second.
Well, what we'll do, I'll get back with the polling. Interesting.
Okay, so just to make sure, can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, perfect. All right, I'm ready to go whenever. I don't know if I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew Hilabowski. I am the founder and owner of United Destiny Pictures, and I am seeking $60,000 to produce my film Blood Ties. So Blood Ties is about this ambitious man named Michael who, along with his wife Eve, are on a task to find his missing brother David. Now, they take shelter at a place called Gulf Motel during a vigorous and dangerous hurricane, where Aurelio and Katrina, who are the owners, are waiting to sacrifice people as a faithful service to God. This is part of their Mexican tribe tradition. So some of the key roles that I have casted for the leads here, I have Michael being played by Jordan O'Neill, and then I have Aurelio being played by Samir Garach. So some of the creative team I've assembled to produce this film, I have Steve McDonald, who has done several screenplay works for student-directed plays and films at University of Southern California. And then I have Adriana Beebe. Her debut film, Death Pact, was nominated for Best Narrative Feature at the Tribeca Film Festival. And that film lines perfectly with the atmosphere we want to go with Blood Ties, which is why I think she's a great pick. So our budget is $60,000 for Blood Ties. We've already secured half of that. We secured 15% through some soft money, 25% through some pre-sales, and some from some deferrals. So how do we reach that point? Well, we plan to raise $30,000 by offering 20 units of equity in Blood Ties with $1,500 per unit. And that represents 1.5% of equity in Blood Ties. So you will enjoy not only a 20% return of investment, but 30% allocation of the profits of Blood Ties. Now, this offer is going to be live for two to 3 months, and it's on the condition that we at least sell 10 units. We'd like to sell more if possible, but we'd like to at least sell 10. That is our goal.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out right now.
So some comparable films are films like Hereditary, Midsummer, and The Void. Different price points. They're all successful, and they're just comparable films. They came out recently as well. And a part of my budget is going towards a social media campaign, which will involve paid promotion and ads on these platforms here you see, which will help us target the audience we are appealing to. We have submitted to several different film festivals and reached out to distribution companies. Ideally, Lighthouse is phenomenal for the type of movie we are making or type of film we're making. And then I have some streaming platforms which agree with the whole COVID situation that's going on right now, in case people want to watch it online. So to reiterate, I feel like there aren't enough films that involve Mexican tribe tradition, especially in the whole thriller mystery genre. And I am seeking $30,000 since we already secured half, and we'd like to sell at least 10 units. You will receive a 20% return of investment, and the offer is going to be for 3 months. Thank you.
I have a question. Can you hear me, Andrew?
Yes, Victoria, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you. Very interesting. I'm ignorant. Can you explain to me what ancient Mexican tribe tradition is?
So it's kind of like in the tribes that were in like in Mexico, so kind of like the Mayans and stuff. So like if you've seen movies like the King of Suns, or like I think it's the Krevic King or something like that. It basically has like these old ancient Mexican tribes that used to exist way back then, and I feel like there aren't enough films that cover that. Not now, particularly there has been controversy when it comes to being accurate, but it's mostly just I just kind of want that to be involved, and that's what is part of their tradition, is kidnapping people because they believe it's as a way to not in the story, not in real life, but in the story, they believe that it's as a way to stop the hurricane and save their people. So, but basically, they are like old ancient Mexican tribes from way back then. There's been
Right.
films on it. So.
Okay, thank you. Did you make that term up, or is that something that like exists in a?
I think more accurate word is native, maybe. But yeah, it's not a term that I made up now.
Okay, thanks.
Hey there, Andrew. Sorry if I missed this. I was curious. Do you know where production is taking place?
So the production is being planned to be taking place in New Mexico for several reasons. One of our fiscal sponsors is over there, as well as there is a 25% tax incentive, so we'd be saving money on taxes, obviously. And it also, the landscape area that we plan on filming in just agrees with it. You could probably film it anywhere, but we've looked at our different options. We've looked at Virginia as well, but we just feel like New Mexico is probably the best. So.
Okay, thank you.
I also have a question.
Hello.
This is Yvonne. Hi.
Hello.
Can you explain, so I saw your budget 60,000, you're seeking 30,000, and then it says 15,000 from 10 units. Can you explain that?
So yeah, okay. So there are 20 units in total that we are offering, and we'd like to sell 10 units at minimum so we can cover 25% of our budget. Now, each individual unit represents
Andrew, I'd like you to stop sharing your screen if you could.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Anyways, so each equity is, it's kind of like increments. Think of it like that. It's in increments of $1,500, and you can buy more than one unit, or you can just buy one. But either way, you do get the investment that we are offering. So
I understand. I just wasn't clear because it said 30,000, but then it was only.
no, yeah. So we have the remaining we have that we need is 30,000, but we want minimum at least 10 units.
Okay, I see. And then when I saw that it said 20% ROI, and then sorry, it was helping. The screen was actually helping me because I was referencing it. But for 3 months, you're saying, so from this point, we have 3 months to decide if we'd like to invest.
Yeah,
right?
that gives us enough time to get everything going in our marketing plan, more specifically the social media campaign, especially because a portion of our budget is going towards that. So, but yeah, it's about 3 months, and we'd like to sell at least 10 by that point.
Got it. Thank you. That was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're on mute, Alice.
Thank you, Andrew. Till I can figure out what else is going on with the polling, I'm going to move on and we will go to our next speaker, which is going to be Isaiah Fears. So I've got to bring up Isaiah's video and share his desktop, or my desktop, I'm sorry. So let me find Isaiah. Isaiah had to work as a Till I can figure out what else. Oh, good. Okay, I'm hearing myself here. Where's Isaiah? Where's Isaiah? I think I lost Isaiah's file. Oh, good. Well, until I find Isaiah's file, we'll just move on and we will go to Nina. Are you ready, Nina?
Yes, I'm ready. Hello, everybody.
Okay, let me just unpin Andrew, and there you go, ma'am. So this is Nina Malavi, and she will go while I try and figure something out. Thank you, Nina, for taking care.
Hi. Hello, judges. I am seeking $63,000 to produce my film called Bloom. And then let me go ahead and share. Share. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Oops. Okay, my film is called Bloom by Nina A. Productions, LLC. Open up your mind to a broken perspective of love that no person warns, believes, or speaks about. In the short film Bloom, it displays a couple that is viewed as normal in the eyes of society. An egocentric man working during the days at a local pub to cover each month's rent with his 40s knocking at the door. A free-spirited woman working a 9-to-5 with the dream of a white picket fence. The definition of insanity unravels itself when others view what happens behind the closed doors of a door that should have never been opened. The warped definition of love comes to life as a young woman is faced with the narcissistic behavior of one's never-healed childlike loop, gets caught in the wildfire of not one, but 4 different personalities lurking out of every breath. But why? On average, nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States, and during 1 year that equates to more than 10 million women and men. Bloom is a short fictional film that is based off of real life situations. The reasoning behind wanting to create this specific film is to help the understanding from the inside looking out. My goal is to help the viewers view a perspective of what an abusive relationship looks like from the inside. So the film will be nonverbal. It's going to have 2 main characters, and it will display what it's like walking through the door, from walking through the door to setting the keys down to walking away. And I really want the viewers to experience the deep-rooted feelings linked to all sorts of nonverbal communication. Throughout this film, it will flash back and forth between times while abuse is taken into consideration. Also, the thought process of the happy times, the good in the antagonist will also be shown, and the struggle of the brain being manipulated versus actual real feelings. For marketing, especially with the reasoning behind creating my short films, I have also used my social networking skills to create a Facebook page for people who have past experiences in abusive relationships, allowing them to share their story with others and then build a support system and hopefully lower the stats one day. I do plan to enter my short film into film festivals with the hope of someone seeing this who maybe be struggling or know someone who's struggling, they could seek help. Lastly, I have been creating a short teaser to release on all social media platforms to create word of mouth when the film is released. Okay. And Natalia Dyer will play the woman role. She is 23 and just recently moved to Seattle to pursue her dream as a fashion designer. She is free-spirited, open-minded, and an empath. She has been together with her boyfriend for 2 years and falls asleep fantasizing about a non-existent family of her own. Tom Hardy will play the role of the male. He is 36 years old and works at a local pub down the street from his apartment complex. He suffers from drug abuse, alcoholism, and multiple personality disorder. To produce our film, we have assembled an experienced creative team with me, Nina Malave, as the screenwriter and the director, Brittany Neal as producer and DP, Lorenzo Cantoa as editor, and Shayna Malave as the makeup artist. And then as for my budget, I was able to raise $2,000 with the Filmmakers on Board grant. And so that would just leave me with $61,000 with a 20% return on investment. And then I ended up redoing my budget because I wanted to put more into editing because when I view the film in my head, I really would like it. I would like the viewers to have trills, and I just really want to make it very dramatic. And then in closing, thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen and consider helping me with my film. And by supporting my film, I believe that we can make an impact on countless of lives. And then here is my contact information. would like to contact me. So thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
So, Josh here. Question: you did a wonderful job of culling art and grabbing a very specific collection of surrealist art to put in the pitch. I'm curious if you could talk a little bit about what the visual style of the film is, if that's something you'd be willing to do.
Yeah, in my head right now, how I have it is a little bit warped. I would like to, in my film, incorporate a lot of Dutch angle shots in there. So it looks almost as if it's like twisted a little bit, just to get the viewers to have that specific feeling. So kind of like confused, like dazed and confused, but also a little scary. So.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
This is Yvonne. I have a question. So I love how you included a topic that's like so important to, really use your film to make a difference. Do you have, I know you said you created a Facebook page to kind of allow people space to share the stories. But in terms of distribution, and I might have just like missed it because I was sort of thinking about the impact. How do you have a plan like for how you would share the film once it's complete and kind of bring it all together?
Yeah, I would like to enter into film festivals, of course, but I did have an idea that I was wanting to try to email and reach out to some of the bigger and more popular Facebook pages, hoping that I can post my video there and then I would get more of a following and more people would be interested in seeing that. Mainly posting the teaser before I make the actual film. So once it's all done, I can post it on every social media platform that I can think of.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Dallas, I think you're speaking, but you're muted.
Did I interrupt anyone? I've got two things going here. I'm trying to watch something and I'm getting YouTube in my head, in my ears. So there's something out there on YouTube. We may have the wrong link, but it's out there. So I'm trying to double check that and see if we can get it going as well. So,
Dallas, I think you're speaking, but you're muted.
Did I interrupt anyone? I've got two things going here. I'm trying to watch something and I'm getting YouTube. Okay, this is weird. This is funny. So
Twilight Zone.
I'm hearing myself.
Yeah,
The delay, yes.
the delay. Like,
I think usually the feed, when you're live feeding, there's a delay on the other side.
Exactly. And for some reason, it's coming through on the live feed, but I'm not getting back to you guys now. So nobody's hearing me?
Yes,
no,
we can
I can hear you.
Oh, this is wonderful.
When you're live feeding, there's a delay on.
Yeah, except the thing is, you guys can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, you're hearing me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't hear me. So what we're gonna do, I'm sorry, what we'll do now is, okay, we still can't get that going. So I'm gonna move on and we'll go with Richard. Richard, if you are ready, we will get you up. And thank you very much, Nina. So you're on, Richard.
All right. Give me just a second to get all set up and everything. I would like to first start by thanking you all for being here today and hearing what I have to say. My name is Richard Krajewski. I'm the founder of Captive Media, LLC. I'm here today seeking $65,000 to produce my film, Numb. Numb is a short dramatic thriller in which a therapist reflects on a time when she was unable to save her patient from taking his own life. This is going to be a simple short requiring few locations, few actors, a small crew, and a very short production process. Presently, we've cast the lead role of Tyler as Brandon Degza, who is the host of the Brandon Degza Show and an aspiring YouTuber. The other main character in the short is Amber, who is Tyler's psychiatrist. The reason I'm making this short is to raise awareness for suicide prevention. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, suicide is a leading cause of death for Americans. Since COVID, those rates have only risen, and the short will raise awareness for the topic, which is the first step in working toward creating a solution. Captive Media is the perfect production company for this production because we're a small, agile company, and I'm the perfect producer because I am a creative problem solver. Presently, we've raised $55,000 for the film through grants, location discounts, and contributions from mental health nonprofit organizations. In order to raise the last $10,000, we're going to be offering 10 units in the film for $1,000 per unit, representing 2% equity in the film. After a 20% return on investment, investors will enjoy a 30 to 50% allocation of profits from them. Additionally, the offer will be offered for a 6-week period between closing on January 25th, 2021. Some comparable films from this genre include Breach, The Hunger Games, and Inception, which all show that when done correctly, films in this genre have an incredible profit margin. Our marketing and distribution plan includes debuting the film at a gala fundraiser for suicide prevention, which is going to be hosted by some of the nonprofits who contributed to the movie. Additionally, we're going to invite prominent social media influencers in order to try and build buzz for the film and for the gala. We're also going to invite mental health professionals and members of the nonprofit communities to the gala as well. And we're going to try and lease them the film afterwards so they can use it for marketing purposes, promotional purposes, etc. And in addition to that, we have a pre-sales deal through a sales agent for a domestic theatrical release and a DVD release where the short will be shown before the main feature. In summary, because the short is a simple short, it will be easy to produce on a short schedule using a minimalist budget. I'm offering 10 shares in the film with a 20% interest representing 2% equity in the film, and we'll be accepting offers until the end of day, January 25th, 2021. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Hey there, Richard. Josh here. Would you be able to share your budget again real quick? Could we just peek at your top sheet again?
Sure. One moment, let me pull it up. There you are.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Are there any other questions?
Yeah. Hey, Richard. Nice job. Can you just tell me a little bit more about the story?
Sure. So the story is about a therapist. It follows her as she reflects on a specific interaction she had with her patient, Tyler. Tyler is a young man in his 20s who has a hard time connecting with life. He kind of floats through feeling unengaged with anything that he does. And Amber reflects on the interaction they had together and imagines having the interaction go in a way where she's able to break through to Tyler one time. And in her mind, that's enough for her to save him from taking his own life. However, at the end of the short, it's revealed that she was unsuccessful.
Thanks.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thanks.
My pleasure. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So in your comparable films, you used like Hunger Games and Inception as kind of comps or examples. And I was just curious how you kind of drew that bridge to those films, because I feel like if you kind of opened by marketing this as like a simple, straightforward story, and those are very like big budget, complex. So I'm just curious why you chose those as your comps.
I understand. So the reason I chose those films is because they are of a similar genre. They're a similar feeling that we're going for. And then part of my distribution plan is to show the film before features like these ones. And so that kind of gives you an idea of like what kind of like, I guess in my mind, I figure those are the kinds of films that the short is going to be shown before. So it kind of gives you an idea on how much money it's going to make from that avenue, if that makes sense.
That's what I thought in terms of like genre and mood. So I just wanted to understand.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. Are there any other questions? All right. Well, thank you all for hearing me out today. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to hearing from you in the near future, possibly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for hanging in there with me. I turned myself off so you guys don't hear me swear and kick things. Next up, before we go to Robert, I do want to bring in and run Isaiah's video. So I've got it queued up now, and I'll share my screen, and you guys can watch that one as well. He worked kind of hard on it, so let's see what he's got.
Dallas, just a quick note, make sure you click where it says share sound.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was saying just when you're gonna share, just to
Yeah,
make sure.
I'm so scatterbrained right now. How's that?
We can't hear it. We can't
Okay.
really hear it very well.
All right, let me pull it back. and
Yeah, when you
restop it.
hit share, there's usually a box where it says
Oh,
share.
yeah, that tells me I can do the audio and everything and maximize that. Let me bring it back up again. Just trying to run all of this at once right now, folks. Here we go. Bring him back up, get it going, and we will share this. And we do everything that we're supposed to do. And let's see where he is. All right, let me get him, and we'll bring sorry. Okay, now we're rocking and rolling. I apologize, folks. Here we go.
And I apologize for not being.
Are you seeing him?
Due to my work schedule.
Yes, yes.
I'm probably
Yes, I'm hearing him.
right now stocking diapers.
I'm sorry?
But I do appreciate taking the time to still review
Yes.
my pitch. Our budget for the film is $37,670, and through grants, donations, deferred payments, pre-sales, we've raised $21,670. And to secure the rest of it, we do want to raise $16,000 by offering 10 units of equity in the film at $1,600 per unit, representing 1% equity in the film, following a substantial 20%. The film is about a group of outlaws going into a military base during the Civil War and finding out that there are actually alien life forms disguised as the Confederate Army during this particular battle in Tucson, Arizona. And to produce our film, we've assembled a small, experienced creative team and cast to abide by the COVID-19 rules and regulations, keep everyone safe as possible. The main cast is a group of 5 bandits or outlaws. The reason why I want to make this film is my grandfather was heavily into Westerns, so it sort of rubbed off on me. And in my opinion, Westerns can basically make a comeback. You don't see them all that often, especially sci-fi Westerns have room to grow, like Whedon's Firefly, Westworld, even Mandalorian right now. And overall, I just think it would be pretty fun to make a Cowboys versus Aliens movie that doesn't take itself entirely serious. Here's my current mood board for the film. I wanted to keep it kind of retro, Westernish, and to showcase what the aliens could possibly look like, not entirely like Rito. And something to compare the film to would be like Django, Rango, The Magnificent Seven, and Prospect. Those are kind of four films I feel mine would kind of represent in a way. Like with The Magnificent Seven, to have like an ensemble cast of characters come together to achieve a goal. And I wanted to keep the film kind of lighthearted like Rango, but also have kind of like a realism tone of Django. And with Prospect, that's the most recent film I sort of caught my attention. A lot of it is just practical effects outside of the spacecrafts and just space in general. Our marketing distribution plan through pre-sales have allowed us to work with the distributor to have the film marketed and circulated. And as for that, that's basically everything I wanted to go through. But again, thank you for taking the time to review my pitch, and my contact information right there. That's the best place you can get me. Thank you.
So that was Isaiah's. And we're just moving to now. Are you ready, Robert? We're going to go with Robert Kelly. So thank you, Robert, and we'll get this going.
Okay, no problem. Let me share my screen. Okay, can everybody see that? All right, sweet. All right, hello judges. I am Robert Kelly, CEO for Broken Mirror Productions, and this is my project, Sleep Paralysis. Sleep paralysis is about a type 1 diabetic that suffers from the sleep disorder. His nightmares have reached a new level for him because a demon has started to appear. The run-ins with the demon have been so terrifying that it has been ruining his physical and mental health. We have assembled a stellar cast, starting with Xylon Williams as Alex and Trey Lee as the mom. We also have a fantastic crew, starting with the director, writer, producer, Robert Kelly, and the cinematographer, Xander Martin. As a diabetic myself for over a decade, I wanted to capture what it's like living with the disease on a day-to-day basis and how one might be affected if they don't take care of themselves properly. I've assembled a team that will be able to match the style and the realistic feeling for what we are going for with the short film. Today I'm seeking $15,000 to produce my film. The total budget is $50,000. At present, we have secured $35,000 through grants, product placement through Medtronic and One Touch products, and a purchase of the film through the American Diabetes Association. In order to achieve our goal of $50,000, we plan to raise the $15,000 by offering 15 units of equity in sleep paralysis at $1,000 per unit, representing a 5% equity in the film. Following a substantial 20% ROI, investors will enjoy an aggregate total of 30 to 50% allocation of the profits. The units are only being offered for a total of 8 weeks or 2 months. Our plan with the distribution is, so with our partnership through the American Diabetes Association, they have purchased the film and will distribute it for educational purposes to schools, doctor's offices, and hospitals throughout the country. So we are asking today for the $15,000 to get to our total budget of $50,000. This is a film with a low budget and a high return. And the last thing is that the short film has already been purchased by the American Diabetes Association. Thank you all for your time and consideration. Any questions?
Well, I know this is all you know, not for real, but if the Diabetes Association has bought the film, how will I get my money back if they have the rights to the film?
So they did a pre-sale with the film of $20,000, but then the overall deal that we cut for the overall project would be $60,000, and so that would where we would recoup that money back.
Thanks.
I think if I could hop on that line of thinking, and again, I know that this isn't a real it's not a real deal that's been cut with the American Diabetes Association, but if they're purchasing the film outright and that is your means of distribution, are there additional revenue streams beyond that? And if not, if they've purchased it, why do you need to raise money for the completion of it?
That is a fantastic question. Thank you. Because with the money, they, I guess, upfronted the 20 grand, but after calculating the entire budget, we still needed $50, but they wanted to see the complete project, I guess, before they purchased it. And so that's why we needed to raise that $15,000 for them, $15,000 for them to purchase the complete film for 60 grand. Does that answer your question?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
And then I have a question kind of leading off of those two questions. So
Sure.
they own it. So then would they allow the opportunity along with your investors to potentially distribute in other ways? Like, let's say we could get interest from like HBO Go or one of these platforms. Is it part of the deal to allow the team to find other ways to share the film and also generate more revenue?
Yes, yeah, that was in the negotiations that we made with the ADA. The overall purpose would be for education, but we will cut a deal for the with streaming and to show the short film so we can get as many eyes on the project as possible.
Great, thank you.
Well, if we have no more questions, we'll get to our last presenter and we can wrap this up. And I've got a ton of notes I'm going to go through when this is all over. So thank everybody. And let me get ready here and we will bring in our next speaker. Where is Shaniqua? There she is, looking dapper and wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is Shaniqua Reed.
Thank you so much. Give me 1 second. Let me pull everything up.
While folks are getting ready, there were supposed to be some video interludes while the judges scored. So with polling not working, there was no sense in running them. So you're on, and thank you very much, Shaniqua.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you taking time to hear my pitch tonight. My name is Shaniqua Reed, and I am CEO of Iron Lady Productions, LLC. They say an enemy of my enemy is my friend. So when a killer pulls off one of the mass prolific school shootings in US history, 4 unlikely victims band together in a cat and mouse game between the killer and law enforcement. The 2 key roles will be played by Detective Goldstein, by Patrick Wilson, and Jeremy Bob for Jake Holiday. We've assembled a creative team, myself as director and producer, and Akila McCowan as the executive producer. Excuse me, so sorry. Our budget for Victim is $74,457. $74,457. We have, oh, I'm so sorry. Bear with me. I apologize. Oh, nervous. Okay, we have raised $74,457. We have, let me give you the positive aspects of our production. We've raised $37,500 in soft money. We have, by filming our production in New Mexico, we'll receive a tax credit up to $18,750. In order to greenlight our production, we have also received a pre-sale and distribution agreement with New Line Cinema. In order to greenlight our production, we need to achieve the goal of $75,000. We plan to raise $22,500 by offering 4 units of equity in Victim for $5,625 a unit, representing 30% of Victim equity in Victim. Following a substantial 20% ROI, our investors will enjoy and acquire an aggregate amount of 50% of profits in Victim. The units are being offered at a predetermined time. The closing of this offering is conditioned upon the receipt of subscriptions that we will be offering for the next 6 months. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, and happy holidays to everyone.
Stop your screen share. There we go.
Hey, Shamika, good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Can you please tell me more about the story?
The story is a killer. He pulls off one of the mass school shootings in US history. He escapes, and there's 4 surviving victims. They band together in a cat and mouse game between the killer and law enforcement. But what they find out is far more sinister than what they can even imagine in going after the killer.
Thanks.
You really hooked me with that opening. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and it seemed like you were going into a description of 4 kind of unlikely partners. I'm curious. I would love to hear more about who those people are.
Those people are 4 surviving students, and the 4 surviving.
I'm sorry, as individual characters, like who are like what makes them different and unique from one another?
I mean, my gosh, like Samaya, she's a volleyball jock girl. Then you have Abdul, he is a punk Muslim kid. And then you have Josh, who's a typical jock. And then you have Joan, who's an Asian American girl. Well, she's not Asian American, but she's from Asia and migrated here to America, who wants to be cool and in the in crowd, but not really. So you have these 4 different people from these different backgrounds who don't normally talk or interact in school, come together through this tragedy of being the 4 surviving victims.
Great, love it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a strong concept.
Thank you.
And so you mentioned the New Mexico tax credit, so I'm assuming that that's where you plan to shoot. Do you, what do you see as the locations? Do you have them?
I see the location as being, you know, the school residential homes, but taking place also in the forest, because the showdown where it really goes down and where the victims catch up with the killer is in the New Mexico forest, because he escapes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Sounds exciting.
Thank you.
Well, what we can do, if anybody really wants, is you guys can invest in Shaniqua's.
Yes, please invest. I appreciate it. We do need to raise $22,500, and that's where the 30% equity is coming in to complete our budget for the $74,457. So, does anybody have any questions? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Well, gang, thank you. I appreciate everyone showing up. I apologize. So let me get back to me. I apologize for all of the issues that we've had technically. I've learned a lot. I'm going to go back to the drawing board, get a few things together before we try this again. And I am open to your email suggestions as to not only technically, we know that I'm going to really be yanking Isaiah's chain for some help because I'm going to need it, but also for what things we could do to improve the content of the pitches and what things you as professionals would like to see. And that way we can go back and modify the coursework to some extent and work more on the actual pitch. Without going into a lot, we were able to have some one-on-one rehearsals and a small one last night. So I'm very proud of all the students. They've worked hard. Our class was asynchronous, so we didn't have a set time to meet. Everybody kind of grabbed the things I put out and posted as they could. So I think they've worked hard. I'm very proud of them. And any criticisms or comments, please throw them my way.
I had a quick,
Yeah, sure.
oh, sorry, just
Yeah.
quick question. Sorry. I mean, especially given those constraints that you just painted, really fantastic job to everybody. I was curious, maybe it's just a show of hands thing. How many of these are films that you guys are actually going to make or planning to make? Awesome. Oh, okay. Awesome. That's great.
As a matter of fact, what we do, and Josh and Isaiah, I know you guys are aware of this, and probably you too, Yvonne, but for Vicky, usually we run this class in conjunction with the production block where students make their short film. So as they're going through my class and working on budgets and schedules and all kinds of things, they're actually making their scripts. I think, Robert, you made yours, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, I shot and filmed mine and edited all of that last year, the production class.
Okay, so then that way what we're hoping is they end up with a sense of what their work is really worth. If they had to go out and rent the equipment, pay for things, pay for the crew, pay for the cast, as opposed to using their classmates and GCC's equipment. If they did, that way when they're done with their short, they have an idea of what their work and them are actually worth, so that as they go through and start to really work and make films, get bigger budgets, bigger productions, they can always remember that they got to do some business things too in order to make some money when they're done. So we try, and it's been a fun semester. I really appreciate all of these students. They have been my rock, basically. They've pushed me. So I appreciate it. And again, please email me any suggestions on both content and technical. There's some things we want to try and move this forward. And I would like it to be a mainstay of the FMP 260 class, as opposed to doing it in our TV studio where what we've been doing for years. And I think Isaiah, Josh, Yvonne, you've all been judges and panelists in the studio, but I'd like to keep this online for the fact that the students get the opportunity to reach out to someone like Victoria, who's in Tucson at the U of A now. Yvonne would have been in LA, but she was here for the holidays. Isaiah, Josh, so we could reach out to others and help our students get in that mode of online work now. Because of COVID, I really don't think things are going to go back.
No, a lot of pitching is going to be online still.
Yeah, you had your seminar down at U of A on that.
Yeah, we did a seminar on how to pitch a TV show concept, and the panelists were all from ABC Disney, and we were talking about what the future would look like for pitching, and they pretty much were saying it's going to stay online for a long time.
Because what I've been looking at and talking to the students is, in this first round, this would be the way to do it. And if any of the four of you as executives were interested, then you would bring someone into the office. But this way, people can just reach across the world without leaving home now. So I'm going to try and tighten this up. And next time we do this, make some changes, get a little more rehearsal time in. But we got through it, and I appreciate everyone's patience. And I've got a bunch of people that are yelling at me because they couldn't see the YouTube, but that we'll deal with YouTube another time.
They can watch the recording later, Dallas.
Yeah.
And just so you know, I mean, having seen it in person and then experiencing this way, it doesn't matter how many times you rehearse, Dallas. Like, I've had meetings and events where things still go wrong even when we've done tech runs and all of that. So I would say, considering this is the first time you do this, great job to all of you, each and every student, and then also you, Dallas. Like, you did a great job, and kept things moving, and it'll still all work out, and we'll get to give you our feedback. But yeah, I think it's a great start.
Oh yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Yeah.
I do want to echo that as well, because there's always going to be technical glitches, and no matter what you do, no matter how hard you rehearse, things are going to happen. But I saw resiliency, and I saw how you overcame that. You worked through it, and that's the main thing.
Well, thank you. That means a lot coming from you, old buddy. Isaiah and I go way back. He used to be in Toastmasters all the time. We were in Toastmasters together, so. But no, thank you all. I do appreciate it. And it's been a learning experience, and I have had fun.
So everybody gets an A, right, Dallas?
Oh gosh, yes.
Because since we couldn't,
you couldn't do the poll,
everyone gets an A.
But quite honestly, yeah. I had already kind of finagled that because everyone here tonight stuck with it all semester long. They worked their little you-know-whats off, and we've had one-on-ones for about 2 weeks now. I had from 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock in half-hour blocks. And folks were reserving it so we could work on things and get that one-on-one time that was missing all semester long. So, okay, Andrew, it's time for you to go to bed. You're yawning.
I haven't slept much this week. My bad. I'm sorry. I was so worried about it.
But no, you guys, I think you all did great, and I'm very happy. And yeah, you need to thank Victoria because she put me on the spot with that one, and but yeah, I am just so happy
Thank
with
you, Victoria.
all. I really am. And I have your grades out. They got to be posted by Monday, so it'll be there for you. So on that note, I have a little close that I'm going to run that's got some credits and all kinds of stuff. And with that, I'm going to thank you all. And when this is over, then we will meet next time. So thank you all. I appreciate it. And oops, let me go back. Yvonne reminded me, I want to make sure I got the right buttons. Oh yeah, it stayed. I'm good. I'm good. So, and here we go with our close.
I can't see it.
Hey Dallas, it's kind of glitching out for me. I'm not able to see it
Okay,
really.
well,
Yeah, me either.
yeah, we're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out. So thank you all and have a wonderful, happy, safe holiday. But email me any suggestions. Come on, I need that. I need suggestions on both the tech and the content and what you'd like to see in a pitch. So thank you all very much. And I'm going to turn it off.